And this is actually wilder than it was last week. Last week was quite
Yay!
empty at 7 o'clock, and when it's really cold,
Guys are
people tend to show up a little later. Um, but we're in the cold months. We used to lose money between now and June. So essentially, for 10 years, Jess and I kept the Rumble House open, and we would be like fat stacks all the way up to Christmas. January would just be
fat stacks.
Is that what it means?
No, it's just hilarious because we've never had fat stacks.
Yeah. Well, by fat stacks, I mean like
just barely rent.
this time last year, I was wishing my motorcycle ran so I could sell it to make rent. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough money to fix the motorcycle to sell it. But generally, we would lose money from February, March, April. May we start making money again. So actually, I think things are going to pick up, and we're pretty excited.
Yeah,
and
there's new neighbors next door.
Right, but here's the thing. I'm going to click share on my phone, and we need you guys to click share on your phones too. If you use any kind of social media, find the live feed on YouTube and or Facebook, copy that, and then paste it to your own, whatever you use. Or you can even usually just click share. But a friend of mine actually was here last week, and he wanted me to promote his event. And then I was kind of frustrated that I didn't have time to promote it. And then I went to his Facebook page to, make peace. And I realized he hasn't shared our post since November. So we really need help with the sharing part. We don't charge admission. Jess and I could have bought 3 Mustangs and with what it cost us to open Rumble House and Gorilla House. So in terms of how much money we put into it, enough to buy a Ford Mustang. In terms of how much money we could have made doing something else, a Ford Mustang. And then for the sweat equity on top of putting money into the place, if we were paid, I think I worked it out at minimum wage. If we worked at Starbucks instead of Rumble House, we could have bought 2 Mustangs and a Camaro, or 2 Camaros and a Mustang.
But what kind of life would that have been?
We wouldn't even
a fast one, a cherry red one.
We wouldn't even be in the same car together.
I know.
We'd have our own.
We'd all just have our.
I'm taking the Camaro to work today.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
We appreciate your support, but we do need that sharing and love.
Very much appreciated. This is the 510th time we've gone together. We very much appreciate you, and we very much appreciate everyone online too. We will acknowledge the Creator gifted us with this land that we are blessed to share and care for together. We acknowledge that the land we gather on, Mohkinstsis, is the ancestral territory of the Siksika Sitapi, the Siksika, the Kainai, the Piikani, and the Amskapi Piikani. We acknowledge all the Treaty 7 signatories, including the Tsuut'ina people, as well as the Ayarhe Nakota nations, Bearspaw, Chiniki, and Wesley. This land is also home of Métis Nation Region 3 and all others who call this place home. Okay, thank you so much for coming. Okay, our pieces of inspiration. First one comes from our pretty oracle deck from the Literary Witches. Audre Lorde. Justice. So I'm going to find her in here.
Am I heavy breathing on the microphone, Kelly?
So first piece of inspiration is Audre Lorde. I'll show
How about now?
A baby mandrake in her hand. So, justice, fighting for yourself, your values, and your community. Born in New York City to West Indian parents, Audre Lorde proudly proclaimed herself a Black lesbian feminist. As an activist and essayist, she was outspoken about racism, sexism, and homophobia. In addition to these themes, her work is populated with mothers, children, sisters, anger, cancer, the erotic, unicorns, snails eating dead snakes, witches, fire, and the importance of refusing silence. Period.
And when was she born?
She's 34 to 1992.
So we can put that there if people come and make this show.
34
It's
AD
behind.
or
19
Of the 1900s.
like not 1834.
Can I tell you something wonderful? Is the kids in my class talk about things about being the late 1900s, like, oh, that was from the late
I hear that all
1900s.
the time. You don't know.
David Bowie was from the late 1900s.
Okay, second piece of inspiration comes to us from Khalil Gibran.
Oh, shake that floor.
The Blessed City. In my youth, I was told that in a certain city, everyone lived according to the scriptures. And I said, I will seek that city and the blessedness thereof. And it was far. And I made great provision for my journey. And after 40 days, I beheld the city. And on the 41st day, I entered into it. And lo, the whole company of the inhabitants had each but a single eye and but one hand. And I was astonished and said to myself, shall they of this so holy city have but one eye and one hand? Then I saw that they too were astonished, for they were marveling greatly at my two hands and my two eyes. And as they were speaking together, I inquired of them, saying, is this indeed the blessed city where each man lives according to the scriptures? And they said, yes, this is that city. And what, said I, hath befallen you? And where are your right eyes and your right hands? And all the people were moved, and they said, come thou and see. And they took me, it's just 2 more pages. I'm curious where their eyes are. And they took me to the temple in the midst of the city. And in the temple, I saw a heap of hands and eyes, all withered. And I said, alas, what conqueror hath committed this cruelty upon you? And there went a murmur amongst them. And one of their elders stood forth and said, this is the doing of ourselves. God had made us conquerors over the evil that was in us. And he led me to a high altar, and all the people followed. And he showed me above the altar an inscription graven, and I read, if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. And if it profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee. And for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. And then I understood, and I turned about to all the people and cried, hath no man or woman among you 2 eyes or 2 hands? And they answered to me, saying, no, not one. There is none whole save such as are yet too young to read the scripture and to understand its commandment. And when he had come out of the temple, I straightway left the blessed city, for I was not too young, and I could read the scripture. It's really good. Sorry. I had to read the whole thing. So maybe understanding metaphor, second piece of inspiration. And
I don't know. I really think that if your hand causes you to do evil, cut it off thing should be taken seriously. Right off.
Just right off.
No second chances, no take back.
No take backsies. And the last piece of inspiration, if you're feeling like you need to save the world, poems to save the world with. High flight. Oh, I have slipped the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter silver winged. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds, and done 100 things you have not dreamt of, wheeled and soared among and swung high in the sunlit silence, hovering there. I've chased
Hey,
the
Kevin,
shouting wind along
You're muted. If you want to talk to us, you can press the
and
microphone
flung
button.
my eager craft through
You're
footless
not,
halls of
you're
air.
not visually on screen.
Up the long, delirious, burning blue. I've topped the wind-swept heights with easy grace, where never lark
You
or
can be
even
on
eagle
screen as a
flew.
G, though.
And
Tell me
while
if
the
you like
silent,
this.
lifting mind I've
Is that
trod,
okay?
the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God. John Giuseppe McGee Jr.
Okay.
High flight. So that's a lot of.
I should also take the click thing off.
There we go. So
That's nice.
Audrey Lorde and Justice, and then we have Metaphor and Flying High. Lots of inspiration tonight. You guys know you can make art with anything you'd like. We're going to put the artwork up on the event page, and let us know if you need help with that. And good. Yeah, I think that's all.
That's 403-629-7424. 403-629-7424.
Yes.
How's that?
There's so many. Here, I'll put this like this. Is that in the way? Nope, not at all.
Kevin, did you get the themes?
Oh, yeah.
Is it in the back?
I put it back on the thing. Sorry.
Hello, Steve Douglas.
Okay.
We have 9 people with us. What are the themes there? I should know them because I'm.
No, it's okay. Audre Lorde and Justice, and then there was the people who cut off their hands and took.
I'm not doing that.
Well, yeah, metaphor, and then Flying High. I like that one. The poem is really beautiful. I like this
I'm not doing cutting off hands.
No, that one
I
is
believe in
disturbing.
manifesting. That's not the kind of manifesting I want to do. Yeah.
Sorry.
I like the smell of this book. It smells good.
I like the smell of
Mhm.
most books.
Maybe this one.
Thank you, Simone.
It smelled like a library.
Happy late birthday.
Kalox, do you need any chairs for your apartment?
No, Scott.
Going under or over?
Everybody's like, okay.
We have infinity stuff.
I feel like I'm not going.
Okay, what are the themes, Jesse? Jesse baby?
Audre Lorde, Justice,
Who's Audre Lorde again?
feminist,
Born
Black
in the 1930s,
feminist.
feminists, black lesbian who fought racism and homophobia. Justice.
She was a powerhouse. Justice. Unicorns and death.
Unicorns with separate hands.
Yeah, that's over that. And then
Are we putting these in?
no, those were sold. Please put those back, and I just didn't get labels on them, so I just need to not sell them.
Tone in your
I
voice
just
there.
need to not sell them again.
All things what they're
We're gonna
actually
sell this one.
called
This is a
is
nice,
their own
rich,
Yeah.
interpretation of it.
right?
It is nice, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna help.
Help me now. Help me now.
I'm assuming Justice watercolor piece sold.
It didn't, but I took it home.
Didn't.
You go
It was
big
really
nose.
nice.
Oh, go
I
big
took it
nose.
home. I'm gonna try another. I know. I really like. Actually, maybe I'm gonna do another one right now. Chelsea, is that okay? And just let me know if you have questions about the auction. If I paint.
Yeah.
And this one, we sold the other ones that I put up, but this one's gonna go tonight. If you want to put the picture and then the sizes.
Picture.
Yeah, I really like.
Okay, what are the themes tonight?
Justice.
Stab you in the eye. Just kidding.
What are they gonna say?
Losing your eyeballs.
I thought you said your hand.
It was
Not
about the
understanding
theme metaphors.
I do like your eye.
I just can't think. I'm not feeling inspired.
Flying High. Read that poem. I read the poem.
Read me the poem.
No, I just read it to you.
Well, that's not funny. Don't hurt me.
If Schminkies wasn't so
It'd be so
expensive,
funny.
I would have hucked my watercolors.
You do this? This is the thing you do? Am I book destroying online?
I know one of them did. The doll did.
I did this
There's
really
okay
good.
You did.
So organized.
Well, it is. It's separate. It doesn't say who the artists are. It
This
just.
one. There's the little bear in that.
Glossary.
So can I give you some constructive feedback?
As long as it's constructive and not constructive.
It's not kind of constructive. It will be constructive.
Whoa! Over the line.
But if you put the
You know, I think one of the first times I heard that word used, like in a sentence, was when this one right here, and I was like, "Do not use that word." And now I say it everywhere I go.
I love that word. Do you know the first time I got called that word? I beat my mom at pool. Hi, Mom, if you're online. And I was 18 years old. We were at the bar and I beat her and she called me a dirty little face.
No.
Why?
We're 18.
She combined it with my face. And I went,
Chelsea's
"Ow,
mom.
that hurt."
Well, we're still on the live feed, guys, so that's good.
And I'm taking that word back.
Hello. Welcome.
It's done. But if you put the address on all of them, then it helps us to know
Yeah.
what sold and who we have to pay and
You want to judge my
I
I'm
love.
not judging anybody, I'm just helping. You
Is that means?
guys did great. You did great. My favorite is when new people come in and they see our system and they're like, "Have you ever considered doing it in a
A
spreadsheet?"
spreadsheet. I'm like,
I'm like,
No.
you take that idea and get out.
9 hours of my day. For once, is it about computers? It's about pens and papers.
We are not about spreadsheets here, folks.
Oh, would it make our life easier?
Probably, because
Do I
everything.
want to spend my Wednesday night on a computer? No.
You want spreadsheets? Go to Paul's Pizza.
Right? Don't mess with their creativity, man. So, which apparently is Patty's also.
That's right.
Mm.
I don't keep that.
Hey, Rich, do you still have your motorcycle?
Sort of. What I did was I gave my motorcycle temporarily to a friend of mine, and they fixed it, and I said they could keep it till 2025. Now, it's legally in the name of my friend's partner, wife-ish, and so I'm assuming so long as that relationship is strong, I'll get my motorcycle back. But I also recognize, like, I don't have any paperwork. It's just like on a wing and a prayer that I'm getting it back. So, I mean, not to say that my friend's partner isn't lovely and I wouldn't expect to get the motorcycle. I just kind of signed it over to somebody and I'm hoping it works out.
Oh, yeah.
Passive aggressively, I didn't enjoy art history when I studied it. I do love it quite now. But these textbooks left such damage in me that when I'm looking for artwork, for inspiration, I often take a lot of joy in tearing apart these old textbooks. The other thing is, like, some of the most grotesque drawings I ever did, I did while I was studying for art history. And I remember one year, one of the donation books that I had taken into school for the kids to kind of tinker through was my old art history book. And so there was just this one, like, picture on the cover. It's all the same textbook. Basically, everybody uses the same textbook. Jess and I studied out of the same textbook. But, you know, I'd have these books that the kids could kind of go through and tear apart. And then one day I looked and I'm like, is that my art history book? And I'm like, oh my God. And they're like, I know. And I was like, I'm so sorry. They're like, no, we kind of like you better now. So, like, the three, oh, it was that young lady that went to your school with the airplane. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
I gained some street cred because of the insanity of the drawings I made. Do you mind that I'm making this mess?
I haven't understood the mess yet, but it's.
I'm just looking for something
Neither
that
of
makes my
those.
heart
They're both-
sing.
Yeah.
And then the ones that don't make my heart sing are in the way. So ultimately, and actually it's funny, because, like, the world's kind of moved on with some of my favorite paintings are not comfortable for me to look at anymore.
I think that's okay.
Yeah, like the world changes and you're like, oh, that's not funny anymore.
Well, I asked about the bike because I'm looking at we can get an old motorcycle to fix up.
Do you know which bike I have?
No.
I have an Enfield Bullet.
Okay.
Looks like a 2013, but it's a 1955. It is the same bike they built in 1955. With a little bit of upgrade for so you can drive in California. But other than that, an Enfield Bullet Deluxe. Bullet Deluxe. It's chrome. It's chrome colored. Just thought it would be cool to buy that for me while we're just friends and while I was going through divorce. So she's like, everybody's like, are you and Jess seeing each other? I'm like, no. Then Jess buys me a motorcycle. How do I explain that?
That's an impressive move.
It wasn't a move.
It
Well
was.
played. That's what you think.
I don't think it was a
No.
move. It wasn't. You know what it was?
I-
I'd lost enough to buy a motorcycle my first year of Gorilla House. It was kind of a suicide, to tell you the truth. I was kind of like done with this plane, took everything I'd saved and threw it at an art gallery that couldn't possibly stay open. And then somehow it stayed open for 510 weeks. And but I've often thought, like, when people are ready to jump off a bridge or something, why don't they just take what they have and go to Vegas? You know, like, why so extreme? So I lost enough money on the
It's
Gorilla
like,
House.
If it was a plan or it's like a move like that, it would be awesome. But it wasn't even, so it was like extra
kind
fun.
of passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive. I went through a breakup and had $7 grand in my pocket. I bought Fleabog boots and a motorcycle.
Which still sounds sketchy. But it was basically that I just lost $5 grand 3 times in a row. So the first time I lost the $5 grand, it was like, I'm going to go buy a motorcycle. And then I took it and I put it into this place that was saving everybody's lives. And she was one of the people that was saved. The second time, she's like, oh, I remember the last time you wanted to buy a motorcycle, but you had to put it into the gallery. And I was like, well, I got it now. And then I had to put it in the gallery. And then the third time it happened, she's like, let's go look at that motorcycle, and just pulled out her credit card and bought it. Meanwhile, I was trying to explain to my ex that I didn't have enough money to live, and we're negotiating the costs of living and things. She's like, where'd you get this motorcycle? Oh, Jessica bought it. And you guys aren't dating? No.
I am awkward like that.
She did buy it, and she said, now you're going to have to take me for a ride.
It was a move, Jess.
Why do you doubt me?
I still don't think it was.
Whether it was
Although,
or something
I have to
else.
tell you something, because
Oh,
I am autistic, right? And Jess gets herself into these bizarre situations, or did before we met. And some of them don't line up. So, like, probably the only things we ever really, struggled with was, like, she'd tell me these weird stories that I didn't need to know. And they didn't line up. It's just like, yeah, but that's just not how that works, right? Like, it'd be like, I went in and I bought this sandwich, and when I paid for it, they told me to get out. I'm like, no, they want you to pay for the sandwiches. I think you're leaving part of the story out. And then 10 years later, we just crushed about 10 of these endings of these stories. And in the middle of one of her stories, she's like, yeah, I guess I was scheming to do this. I was like, what? What did you say?
scheming.
I'm like, you do scheming?
I don't see Jess as a schemer.
I kind of do.
Don't be so
Not like a
naive.
bad way.
See?
Not in a bad way.
Like, there's evil schemes and there's like Jess.
Whether she does it on purpose or not, you know she's altering the universe.
Things
right?
needed to
When-
happen.
When she said scheming, I was like, what is this word you're using? And what was the word I kept thinking that you used?
Conniving.
Right. Because I don't even really know how scheming and conniving are different. But like, I was like, well, now that I know that you do scheming, and it was out like, I'm like, what's the word? It's not conniving. I know it's not conniving, but it's kind of like, what was the other word I thought it was? Conniving, scheming, and something.
Something.
Should I paint this tonight? Am I running out of time?
Oh my.
How would I?
Moreau, yeah.
But what is it?
Oedipus and the Sphinx.
Oh yeah, doing that.
Ooh, Oedipus. Give me that kind of night.
Nobody's gonna buy this.
I'll buy it.
That's so good. The
I
Sphinx?
have $6 and I'll buy it.
Hello.
I need more than $6 to keep this place open.
I have-
Which is so good.
I'll dip into my savings.
Okay, here, hold on. I've been saving money.
And Christine's for.
Are you gonna pay me to paint it?
Oh, yes. You see it.
Can you read me the story of Oedipus and the Sphinx?
Did you buy all 4 of them? Can I see
Yeah.
the,
Oedipus and the Sphinx.
Rich's pieces go?
I was looking up Echo and Narcissus recently.
Do you have a picture of
Narcissus
that
got a
one behind
bad,
you to put up, Jess?
Got a bad
Sorry,
rap.
my love. What? Sorry?
Do you have a picture of that rich piece behind you to put up?
Yes, I will. I will put that one up. Yeah. Thank you.
She just called you my love.
I did.
Yeah, I noticed that
It's not as bad as when she felt Galen up in the back.
What?
She's like
I
rubbing
was
up all
tired.
over
I
him.
just rubbed his
back.
And then
Like,
she's just
come
like,
on.
wait a minute, that's not my husband. And I'm like, I'm just lucky.
It
that,
was very much like my love slip because I just like talk like that, and I've been around you for a long time.
I know.
And then same with you when I'm there. That was like this. That was like, oh, sorry, there was no personal space there.
You can call me my love anytime.
I felt like it wasn't like I needed to apologize because I do love you.
Oh,
We love you too.
I'm reading about it. It's interesting.
Yeah, this is interesting.
What is there an opening bid on this lovely T-shirt?
Was it 30 last week?
I don't know.
It
30,
was, 30 without bid. First person to say $30 gets.
yeah. Straight up, maximum bid of 30.
Okay, Rich, listen to
What
this.
size is it?
Forever.
That's
Oh,
quadruple.
you wanna come?
I think it's 4XL.
Oh, I'll do-
Yeah.
Not for me then.
The Sphinx symbolizes the revengeful, destructive side of prototypical female. By killing his father, Oedipus acquires his own self, in that way approaching his first woman in life, the Sphinx. By taking a shape of the female, the Sphinx is in art lost its significance as a protector against evil and became a symbol of threat. Is that what you got, Praxis?
No, I got that he killed his father and married his mother.
No, that's definitely Oedipus.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering where the Sphinx comes into it.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Figure
I was
it
like,
out.
I don't know where it came from.
Come on, Sphinx.
You know Sigmund Freud?
Oh.
The Oedipus complex thing?
Mhm.
And he said every man has an Oedipus complex, but he was 100% projecting because he definitely had Oedipus complex.
That's funny.
Is it
Projected.
projected?
So Oedipus was
You know what? I have a bit of a problem with Ford as well.
This is other way.
guys. Oedipus was the first answer to the riddle correct. Oedipus was the first to answer the riddle correctly, and having heard Oedipus answer, the Sphinx was astounded. Oh my gosh!
Right.
And inexplicably killed herself by throwing herself into the sea.
Know what I'm paying today.
Oedipus thereby won the freedom of the Thebans, the kingdom of that city, and his wife Jocasta,
Hello.
who was later revealed to be his mother. Oh my gosh! Why don't I know? That's how it all fit in together.
What?
Jocasta was his mom, and that's how he ended up
Isn't that Shakespearean, or is it also a Shakespearean story about it?
based on the myth.
I thought you were going to go to the thing.
It was postponed.
What thing are you going to on Wednesday?
Art. Art.
It's an art class, so it still counts. But it got postponed.
Sorry, what were you asking me? A face?
This was a little couple of
What do you call those?
Use the-
What do you call those little guys on your phone?
Oh, and a mode.
That one did not. The polka dot one didn't go. That's my mother.
You can help. Or you can.
All right, come on.
I gave you an answer.
I think that was your textbook.
It's okay.
I know.
I'm very dusty.
You
Why are you
You're
just
like
Justin
I was
Wu.
on the Jenny through 40 years worth of dust.
Does.
It's been worse. It's been worse.
Diving in sewage.
Which
Or
was
like
earlier
climbing
this
up
week.
the anus of a giant
No one wants to
octopus.
hear that.
That would be
To
worse.
remove, what are those things called?
There's an emergency.
Octopus buttworms or something.
Oh no! Stop.
Why would you say
Nope.
that?
We've been through this. We don't like the worm talk.
Yeah, worms. It's all okay.
If you fall, I would laugh at
You
you.
almost fell.
Who's falling?
Me?
This
I
guy
think
fell.
I think
I
that's
heard
the
the
chair's fault.
process.
Because I'm sitting weird.
Don't laugh when you get hurt, but I'll laugh when you fall.
If I'm sitting like-
Hey Jess,
Yeah.
so I made this with resin and paint.
Oh, nice.
Oops. Ah,
Strawberry.
No, it's nice. I see it.
Yeah.
See your hand.
so it's a coaster
Oh, that's nice.
with all resin,
That's wonderful.
and it's UV as well.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
very cool.
I'm just trying new things.
That's nice. That is wonderful.
I was listening to a Chani astrology thing today about Saturn finally going away and leaving us alone for a minute.
Well, okay, you can think that. It's not like a minute. It's, isn't it coming back?
No, like
It's
for a
changing
while.
signs.
Yeah, but it's been stuck in
No,
Sorry.
the one
Just
that's all
kidding.
about the rules and the isolation and the lockdown. and
Capricorn.
everything. Going into Pisces.
That's me.
He just wants to play. So it should be a little
yeah,
bit-
and then later it's gonna have consequences, but that's okay.
It's okay. Some break.
I spent like 4 hours today listening to astrology videos about this topic, but I too much to say. To say anything more.
I listen to very not much. Did this lovely little book so?
Yes.
It's just such an interesting thing for me to learn about astrology. Because then I come here and listen to how everybody's going, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that checks out. It's fun. Social experiment.
And the cards, are those the cards?
Have you ever read Rob Bresney's astrology? That's the one I read.
No, but you've told me about him before.
I don't even believe in astrology, but he gives good advice every Wednesday.
He just tells nice stories.
Yeah, that's how Channy is.
Yeah,
Channy
you showed
gives
me.
you like just lovely words, like poetry.
How much time do I have left?
It's nice.
It is
An hour and a
7:32.
Oh
About an hour and a half.
Did Kelly's Unknown Rider sell last week, or do we have a new one to put up?
No, we Kelly put up hers, I think.
Okay, what
Thank
about
you.
Dusty's Tea Towels?
Yes, those all went.
Dusty's tea towels, fancy.
Okay.
I feel like I've missed so much.
It was a lot of stuff that happened.
In like 2 weeks.
I don't know, I haven't been here
I
for
know.
3 weeks.
Okay, so it's been 2 weeks.
I had pneumonia, and then I had getting over pneumonia, and then I couldn't get a car out of my mouth.
It's a valid reason. Yeah.
And the third week was maybe still good at getting over pneumonia. I was freaking exhausted.
That's
I
horrible.
wasn't super angry at all the snow. I was
Honestly,
like,
the
oh,
last 2 weeks.
good,
I just
I
slept.
can't leave my house.
Oh yeah, because where you live, sometimes it's like dangerous to leave your house.
Yeah, the snow gets.
It was
like,
pretty
so-
nuts, yeah. And
Do you have
I-
snowshoes?
you know what? I've purchased snowshoes, and they used to live in my back of the car, and now they just have disappeared. So
But
I
like,
don't know what
where
happened.
you live, is snowshoes like a thing?
They could be.
Well, no, people like shovel their sidewalks, but
Because like in Calgary, you never need snowshoes. Even if you go out hiking, you probably don't need snowshoes. Like you'd have to go way out of your way to try and need snowshoes.
oh, there's definitely spots that you can go to use your snowshoes.
And what would that do?
Can't you walk between Turner Valley and?
Like to
You
me,
can,
the
but
point of snowshoes would to have shoes that can go somewhere you can't go and just boots.
Yeah, like I bought my snowshoes because when I worked at Layton, they had trails that they didn't clear, so you could go snowshoeing around the property.
Right, and that's
Yeah.
fun because like no one else can be here without snowshoes, or is it like a special thrill to have deep, deep snow? Like what's the passion that happens there? We went snowshoeing in our school field when the snow was all packed down. So it could have been summertime with big shoes, you know, like
Yeah.
and we did that every year. Like it's not like that was a bad year, it was always like that. And one time we went snowshoeing in Fish Creek and it was like again, just like packed down ice. We didn't need snowshoes for that.
You know what I have bought this year that has changed my walking life in the country is I
So
bought.
those hooks.
Pardon?
Sorry.
No, what were you saying?
Those like shoe hooks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the grippy things for my shoes.
Oh,
So that has allowed me to go out walking way more because I'm now old apparently and falling really hurts. And even being scared to fall,
Don't wanna
you're
break your hip.
super tense.
Yeah.
Well, no,
No,
I
just-
did break my back though. But like you don't want to
Yeah.
fall.
Yeah.
So when you have grippy shoes and you can just go,
Yeah.
it changes your walk from this tense little waddle to an actual proper.
Well, and part of the reason I'm asking is I bought a fat bike and
I
now
know.
when
I
it's, when
went
it's
on
deep
there
snow, I have the
recently.
entire downtown myself
Yeah.
and I love it.
It's so quiet when it snows downtown.
Mhm.
I should get some snowshoes
It's
for
like
work.
extra noise isolation.
And the groupie things on your shoes just give you that confidence to go out there and do it. Because normally they're like, oh, I can go, but what the full?
Little spiky guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I found those built into my
Freaking
boots.
love them.
Mhm.
Change none.
My boots have like a little thing on the bottom. You turn it and then spikes come out.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's
I
really
just bought
cool.
the $7 slide on thingies. They work too.
Do they slip off?
Not very often, but I do walk. I twist my feet when I walk, so they go crooked.
Like,
Is that because you wiggle your ass?
Probably. Yeah. I
Hubba
walk-
hubba.
I was like, I don't think that's how you're supposed to walk.
No, it's not, but it's a thing. I twist out when I walk, so they always slide
You
out.
super
on one
nice,
side.
super pronate, super
Yeah.
super pronate.
My one
Super
like,
nice.
weird and walks. funny. I don't know.
Yeah. But no, like I would say every 5 or 6 walks, one of them will slip off, and I just pull it back on. So it's not like a constant annoying thing.
I really want to get some red ones, which are work boots. They're like the nicest work boots you can get. They're so comfortable. They're like leather.
Are they local too?
No, they're from the United States of Americas, but they're really nice.
There you go.
And they come with like a leather conditioning. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know if I put everything up.
I think that's
You
wonderful.
charge your card if not always.
There's another.
Yeah, I appreciate.
I'm not doing this tonight. Sorry. I'm just,
Are you okay?
yeah, no, I'm like trying to talk myself into painting that
Oh, the Sphinx?
Sphinx.
Oh, you didn't. No, don't talk yourself into anything.
No.
It has to be natural.
It's like being surprised. For painting, I'd suggest switching to where you have. Oh, yeah.
Your opinions, Chelsea?
No, I'm just curious. Did I look?
Libra,
Was
you have
that
opinions. You have balanced opinions, but you have opinions.
a? And I also know how to do some quiz.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's,
like in
I feel
yeah.
that. My Libra moon is easy. Being all emotionally balanced. I'm like, I don't really argue with anyone about anything ever.
Oh, my cancer moon's been taken over. There's no balance. Just crying at the bottom of the shower.
Honestly,
Gosh, so
having
much
a lot of
crime
time
this
to-
week.
So much crying this
We're
month.
Pisces season. What more do you expect?
Water.
Oh, is that why all
Yeah,
the
it's a
showers
time
and
of-
baths and crying?
Yeah, the time of crying and releasing, and then when Aries season comes, it's the first sign of the zodiac wheel, which means it's a new year in a sense.
Yeah.
In my world.
Yeah.
I didn't celebrate New Year's in January. It's weird. Celebrate New Year's in the dead of winter, everybody, and then not get anything done and feel like shit about yourselves. Or you can celebrate New Year's in April and feel great because you have all the energy and the support of the universe on one side.
It's true.
Rich might have something.
I've never
What do you need?
enjoyed the way the calendar we use.
Does somebody need something?
No.
Did I scare you?
What wants to have my staples?
Sorry.
There's obviously emotions.
That's I meant that to sound so welcoming, and then sometimes I screw that up. Sorry. I can hear my name from like a kilometer away, though. Also, though, it rhymes with lots of other words that I hear. So, like, I respond to I respond to the B word just as equally.
I said ditch.
I'll respond to that. Yep.
Kitch.
Not so much, actually.
Witch.
Which? Nope.
I stopped going on.
Unless you have a list.
Yeah,
Actually, if
So
you have a
have a
list,
speech impediment.
yeah, which would be appropriate? Which? No.
Oh.
Doesn't,
I used to not be able to say my R's. So I mean,
was it ours that you struggled with?
yeah, it was ours.
Made a lousy pirate.
Speech therapy to grade 4.
Yeah. Wait, I think I actually took speech therapy until grade 4.
I totally did. 100%.
I think it was K to 4.
Lich.
Also could not read in English until I was in grade 3.
What
I
did
read
you read in?
backwards.
What did you read in?
French.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and then neither did my mom. And the teacher called her in and said in grade 3, Chelsea can't read. And my mom's like, yes, she can. She has books in her hand all the time. Teacher was like, they are not English. They are French books. I was in French immersion.
No, I thought you just said Jesse can't read for a second.
No, Chelsea.
I was wondering if you have a secret name you haven't told us about.
No, no.
They
Chelsea.
swap names when they feel like it.
She was a good teacher. She taught me how to read. And then the librarian made fun of me and told me I was cheating. Because there was one of those treasure hunt things, and the more books you read, the further you went along the treasure hunt. And I had baby books because I was just learning to read. And she yelled at me and told me I was far too big to be cheating. And
I used to
stealing
get
her treasure.
threatened with suspension every year during the Shakespearean year because I read Shakespeare at the same place that I read the Calvary Sun.
Yeah.
But I read nothing else. So given that they didn't think I could read, when I'd write a decent paper on Shakespearean play, they immediately assumed that I cheated, and then I get drilled in the office for where did I get my ass? This is before the internet and AI and things. So where did I get my essay from? And
It was
I would just
every
shut down.
month.
I'd be so angry, you know.
Yeah.
I could show my work in math, but like I can do math, but also when I do math, it's different than the way they teach you. So they were like, it's wrong. I was like, but it's not.
I had the best math teacher in grade 12. I was like, listen, I took, cause in grade 10 and 11, I took like advanced placement classes, and then in grade 12 was basically just review of the last 2 years. But the way that they taught in grade 10 and 11, I was like, I don't understand this. So he would like teach the lesson, and then every day after school, he would be like a private like tutor and all to teach me what he taught me, but opposite.
Dude, I still can't do like grade 4. I think the last grade I did math, I succeeded was actually probably grade 4. And then after that, I was like, I don't know.
I did not like my grade 10 math
I
teacher.
can do basic math. Anything more than that, have you used in your adult life? Probably not.
I've had to do subtractive fractions.
There you go.
Yeah,
Is that grade 7?
my job includes several math.
Yeah.
Well, one of the problems is your math teacher never told you why you're doing math.
That's the thing.
So-
I can do math now because my life depends on it.
Yeah,
Literally.
but when you're a kid,
But before I was
you're like, why do I have to do this? I'm probably never going to need to know Pythagoras.
Yes.
Yes.
But it was never
We
about
put those two
solving
pieces in
circles
there.
and
And
triangles.
today, yeah.
It's about learning problem solving
30 and
stat
30.
strategies.
30 and 30, sure.
If teachers
Yeah,
had
that
told
sounds
you
good.
that,
Thanks.
then you probably would have been more inclined. Well, maybe you wouldn't, but the question, why do I have to show my work, has nothing to do with getting the right answer. It's got everything to do with learning how to solve problems. And so you might have had arguments with your teacher about the best way to learn how to problem solve, but the school board was trying to get you to practice your problem solving skills.
And I just wasn't doing it how I was asked.
I freaked my math teacher out in grade 12 because I took my diploma and I went up to him after because there was like a little like get together after if you were done early. And I was like, I knew about 75% of that. My test came back, I got 74% on it. He was like, what? He was like, how did you know this? I was like, it's math.
It's math.
Yeah, I was like, you can't do that at me.
How are you, Galen?
Good, Chelsea. Who I don't know your name.
Galen, nice to
happening in the
see you.
universe?
Yeah, that's weird.
I know.
I missed something.
That's because I forgot about 80 other people's names today.
We'll talk about all the names today.
Galen just learned my leg like 6 weeks ago.
Your lane. That's fair.
It's a hard day. I can't speak.
I think people should just have name tags, but also then I wouldn't want to wear one, but I want everyone else to.
I was just like, hey, you. That works for me.
Yeah, I feel that.
I never use
Friend a
anybody's
lot.
name.
Or just like don't ever talk to me. That also works. Just don't perceive me. Talk to me.
Like, hey, rarely use anybody's name.
Grab the weirdest concoctions of
Yeah,
vegetables and cheese.
Yeah, I don't really.
To be
use
honest,
people's
I know a
names.
few people that use my name too much, and it freaks me out. I'm like, whoa, you have my attention. Why do you have to keep drilling
Because
in
I'm
my
trying to
name?
remember it, so you won't want to.
No, but if you're
There's no shame in admitting you
It's
forgot
not
someone's
wrong.
name.
That's
Okay.
Mike Galen. Mike
Can't really- if
Galen.
I don't remember
no,
something-
these are people that
Use my
definitely
name.
know my name. It's
Oh,
a,
I'll just say I forgot your name. What is it?
yeah.
Or I'll say I'm so sorry I forgot your name. Okay, I'm human. With
I
a
never
memory.
use anybody's name.
I'll remember your face, but God forbid I remember
Yeah, that's all mine.
what your name is.
I had some
I did Batman today, and that's some really nice girls helping me out. I'm like, who's that? And they didn't look at me funny or anything. They just said, oh, that's this person, that's this person. I'm like, cool. Because I've told everybody like I'm bad at names.
Yeah.
And everybody says that, but
That's my
I actually am bad at it.
I'll tell people I have a bad memory.
I'm like,
They'll
I
get to know me,
recognize
like,
everybody that's in this game, but I don't remember any of the names.
Yeah.
My funny thing is I'll learn everybody's names pretty quickly, but I can't change rooms. So if I
Oh,
go
yeah.
into the hallway, all the names
That's
are gone.
part of it. That's part of it. Like I'll remember them if they're in my room. But as soon
I
as
have
change
that sort
context,
of
I have
work
trouble.
with the people I meet that are on Zoom and then meeting them in real life. They do not look the same.
Well,
And
yeah,
then they get
they're
upset that you don't know who they are. I'm like, you don't look like you do
you
on
don't look
Zoom.
like Flat View.
You look really different.
Okay, now you'll get a pickle.
Really different. I just put up one of Alex's pieces dress, but I don't know if I put the right amount next to it.
I will fix.
Edit.
Yeah, I have to do. I'll do Rich's too.
Okay.
I'll let this
Do you
dry a
want me to
little
put
bit.
I put up the Stormtrooper. Do you want to?
Oh,
put
perfect. I'll put the party up.
the what up?
The party.
I can put it up. I just don't know.
It's here. 30 and 30, he said to do.
Okay.
I did it on purpose for that.
What time is it, Jess?
7:47.
Airplane time.
That was my first airplane, 747. I think of that every single time. Was it that there was a lot more 747s back then, Galen?
No, it's because they were double deckers and cool.
Oh, okay, so that's why my parents made a fuss about it. Because we took a trip to,
That's okay.
Some of them
I
had
don't
shopping
know
malls.
plates.
That's
Get it
okay.
too after.
okay, mine
I am
did, but,
not
do they not have 747s anymore?
They have them, but now the
They're-
777 is way bigger.
Okay.
It's 2 stories.
They're not really making them anymore. They're more or less
They're pretty
obsolete.
Okay.
70s, right?
I actually always thought a
just remember
747 was
going
a little
Go on
airplane.
my seat, just.
They use them for trips to Asia a lot.
Why would I have been one to Vancouver? Were they just showing off or what?
I do.
It was probably going to go on to Asia.
Oh, neat.
It's not a long cord.
Okay, so just put it on the floor.
Right, because that would have been out of Edmonton at the international airport.
Yeah.
Right. That's actually probably why I've never been on one since.
Thinking about it.
That doesn't look like the snakes. It looks like your wife.
I decided not to do
Put
the
it in
snake.
the toilet. Oh my God.
Maybe I'll put a snake in here. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Do a
It was
snake
like
instead
charge,
of
not
clothing.
charge, charge, not charge, and then I flipped it, and now it might be charged. We're gonna hope. Yeah, it's charging now.
Oh,
It's a cute picture. There's a dog in
it's my babies. My baby childs.
Feeling better?
Yeah. Don't get it's not good for you.
I've had it before.
Go by. This is time number 5.
Yeah.
Did your doctor tell you this is how you will die one day?
Oh, that's what I figured. 'Cause I always knew I was going to die
Louise.
drowning. So
What
that's
a
probably
negativity is
It's kind of the same
that?
thing
Oh, yeah.
though. Ammonia drowning feels the
It's
same.
basically the same.
That was Jessie under her breath mentioning she'd like some more positivity.
No, I didn't. No,
Oh,
I
okay.
meant no from the doctor.
Oh, okay.
This is how you'll die one day. It's like
I was just gonna say she normally doesn't say anything, but when she does,
no. I was from the doctor. Like
let's
I think
manifest some good energy
realistically I
in here.
could get the,
yeah, good energy. Good energy.
the booster early. I used to. Yeah, probably will.
Try hot yoga.
I will say though, I went to the little Diamond Valley, because that's what we're called now, hospital. Instead of going to urgent care, I just walked into the emergency room, and within 3 hours, I had X-rays, I had blood work, I had antibiotics, and I was sent home.
Cool.
Wow,
With here you go. Don't leave your house.
My
Go
friend
get
went to
better.
the
that's
doctor,
nice.
and his doctor forgot about him in the patient room, and then he went out to check, and she'd gone home.
Yeah. I got forgot about one time for like 8 hours in the emergency room. And I finally went out and said,
I'm here.
I'm still here. And they were like, why didn't you say anything? I'm
Must
like,
have been rocky.
because I didn't want to I didn't want to be a complainer. Like I just thought I'd sit in a room. And that was the last time I had pneumonia.
I hate
Oh
people
my
like that.
gosh.
I was on fire. You didn't say anything. Well, you should have said something.
I know. I was really sleepy, but
I don't hate you. I said I hate people like that. I don't mean I hate you. I love
People
you.
that like ask you that you can say anything. You shouldn't have to.
I just figured there was more important people in the emergency room.
We're trying really.
Yeah, I figure if you're complaining.
What did you find?
A
The
friend.
only time I ever felt like that was when I was coaching wrestling, and I tried to explain to the kids that if you try and tell the ref that you can't breathe, he knows you.
No!
Can't breathe. You have to be able to breathe to say I can't breathe.
No, we trying.
So if you want to communicate to the ref that you can't breathe, you have to
We
poke
don't
it
want
in
it
your
to
throat.
stay because you'll turn into 20. Yeah. No, they're not friends. They're foes.
Enemies. I'll do like 40 out.
Now I feel bad. We should not encourage feeding of the mouse, though, right?
No, no, no.
No.
Please no. We killed 4 this week.
Well, I was gonna say that, but I kept it to myself.
Did you see one?
Yes,
One mouse?
I did not. A friend saw one.
How big was it?
Little.
Little, itty bitty.
Yeah, you know what happened? I think we killed its mom. Because there was a little itty bitty one that just rolled over and died. And it's funny that, like, okay, first of all, we love the mice here and we want to take care of them, but when they start eating the
They cross the line.
paints, it's like they cross the line.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is once they go into Felix's room and start like pecking at his stuff, it's just like all the mice die. So the mice can live here in harmony. And well, power cables I'd live with, but they touched my. Okay, one time they touched my pizza and I killed like 100 mice. Like, I was just like, no!
Paint, pizza, and
Yeah, when they hit
Felix's
the paint,
face.
it was just like everything dies.
Yeah.
And then they went into Felix's space last time, and I was just like, nope, I'm done. I'm done with kindness for these mice.
I don't know if mice understand the concept of ownership though.
They don't have to. They just need to die.
There's just boundaries. Yeah. You cross this line.
There's no vengeance. It's just like here's the moment where Rich stops being gentle, and then the mice all die.
And
Yeah, you put it
What happened to yellow flowers? It's already scratched there. Because of my job.
Just gonna not think about it.
Nothing about
Exactly.
Oh. Very small.
I don't want friends.
I don't want friends.
No,
He could be a friend, but I don't want him.
no, I agree.
Hello.
Hello, how are ya?
Is that from the Welcome Back Cotter?
Probably.
Yeah.
Sort of a variation, I guess, on the thing.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Well, the names have all changed since you hung around. But the dreams have remained and they're still around.
I don't know if I ever watched that show.
Well, I bet your mom said you weren't allowed to because if it was even on in reruns, they had kind of smart mouths. Can you pass me that game?
Yeah, that wasn't a film.
I wasn't allowed to watch different shows.
Oh, we
My
were
mom did not
kind of
let me
allowed to
talking
watch
back.
anything we wanted.
You did or didn't?
We did.
Okay, so
There
that's
was
what
not a
I
lot of rules in our house.
It was underwhelming.
You know what? My parents pointed out to me one time that they didn't like their kids watching any Disney cartoons, Disney shows. And I was like, Because every single show, the kids rebel against the parents. They're always talking back and rebelling and doing the opposite of what the parents tell them. And then I realized, holy cow, it's absolutely true. I can't think of one thing where the kids do what the parents ask them to do.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
In grade 4, I used to tell my teacher that my parents used to didn't let me listen to certain radio stations so that I could choose the radio station. Yeah, it was a grade 4.
I noticed. Did you know your
I
parent
don't
was
know,
an
he's
administrator?
sitting there.
That
She
scares
wasn't
the-
at the time.
That scares the crap out of all the teachers.
She wasn't at the time. She's a teacher.
No, we were allowed to watch whatever we wanted. We were allowed to read whatever we wanted.
Can I tell you something about SpongeBob?
Do it.
He's annoying.
I don't know how much time went by before I realized SpongeBob was underwater. Because first of all, I thought SpongeBob was cheese, and second of all, I'll tell you when I figured it because it was just on in the background. I never actually watched it, but like my kids watched it, and I knew what it was, but I never pieced together that they were underwater. I just thought they were in like the living room, and then I think there's like a squirrel with a helmet, right? And I was like, okay, that's weird. Why is that squirrel got a helmet on? And I think for a while I thought the squirrel was a fish, and he had a fish tank on his head. And then finally the whole thing just flipped for me, and I was like,
Did you not
oh,
hear the theme song?
no. I did everything I could to block that show out of my head, but it was on all the time.
What's the
Sorry, what happened to the eyebrow?
oh my freaking
Oh, yeah. That's what we got going.
Does it feel?
I had to take mine out. I was very disappointed.
Hey, does anybody know what happened with Lake's job problem thing?
He might know by Friday. Things,
Did those meetings go okay, or have you
the
heard?
meetings went all right. He's waiting for kind of like the final decision from the big boss, but the big boss is sick right now. So there's no information.
Yeah, there's a red. Yeah, great. Is that right? What you did? Yeah. Yeah. Like a different perspective on things. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you get more fast.
That's so true.
Well.
If you fall, like
Let's just establish it's okay if Sky falls.
Yeah.
For no other reason that your name is Sky and you should always fall.
Sky.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And you'll have two joys. You'll be able to say, I told you so, and yell, the sky is falling. The sky is falling.
Multiple
You'll
joys.
just hear hysterical laughing.
I never say I told you so.
Also probably
If I have to say I told you so, it'll be prefaced by an apology that I hate saying I told you so. But I hate the concept. I hate the reality. I hate everything about I told you so.
I don't like I told you so unless they're coming from my own self.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
Oh, you mean like
great, you told you so.
Yeah. You know who does love I told you so? This one right here.
I
You?
try not to. I know it's not nice.
It depends on the circumstance, but majority it's usually not very nice.
Yes, usually not.
What's worse than someone saying "I told you so" is someone saying that they hate to tell you that they've told you so.
Yeah, I really
I
don't
don't
like.
say that. I don't say that.
I
But there are
hate to say that I
situations.
told you so.
There are situations where
Hate
it's,
it. No, you don't hate it.
You're
You
taking
love
a
it.
Perverse pleasure.
Yeah.
no, because there are situations where it's like, okay, what I really need you to know right now is, first of all, I hate I told you so's. But second of all, the reason I'm frustrated right now is that I didn't want this to happen, and now we have to deal with it, right? So it's not a gloating I told you so. It's like there's two reasons why this is upsetting me. One, we talked about it, and the other way I put it often is this was avoidable.
Yeah.
This is like, and this is actually one of the first problem-solving skills I developed at the Gorilla House was someone's got a problem. The first question is like, was this avoidable? And most of the time, it was avoidable, 100%. Just out there.
Lollipop.
Lollipop,
This guy just keeps pulling
lollipop.
them out of their jacket and it's me every time.
They're covered in chili powder. They're so good. From Mexico, I think.
Kelly used to bring us these ginger treats, and then we decided to quit sugar. And she brought the ginger treats, and we're like, we can't eat those because we don't eat sugar. And then yesterday was the first time we looked and saw that the ginger treats have quite a bit less sugar than we thought, and they're totally fine for us to eat. So, joke was on me.
Oh, good. So I can bring a bag again.
Small baggie, please. Yes.
The Cajun ones or the peanut butter ones?
Ooh, just surprise me.
Okay. So I already ate a whole bag of peanut butter
Kelly?
ones. What?
Can you look on the package and pick whichever has the least amount of sugar?
Yep.
That's my new hobby. I just think it looks lame at the grocery market. Like, I really hate standing in line or like somebody's trying to get at the counter, and I'm like looking to see which one has the least amount of sugar. Like, some kind of crazy person.
Oh, I have to look up all the labels because I'm celiac. So if it has wheat in it, I have to make sure.
Did you see that scares you?
No, it'll make me sick if I eat it.
That scares me. I scare people apparently.
You scare people?
Yeah.
Where?
Aggressive.
Today?
Aggressive.
No,
They're
Justin
very
just walked up and
intimidating.
I just saw like a blur and I was like, that scared me.
I'm sorry.
What about me is scary?
Nothing about you is scary.
You're dressed like a gnome. You're dressed like a gnome.
Or like
Get your little hat.
or like Paddington Bear.
Right.
It's as though you're from Darkest Peru. Deepest Peru or Darkest Peru?
Deepest, darkest blue.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Are
wow.
you telling me the truth? Or you just making stuff up?
Making stuff up.
Okay.
You never know.
Like usual.
That's the truth. Nothing is what it seems.
It really isn't.
That's true.
How much time do I got left, Jesse?
An hour.
When was the last time I had a really crappy painting that I pulled together in the last second?
You never have a
No,
crappy
like
paint.
lately I had one that I was just hating, and then the very last second I pulled it together.
It's very funny walking around here.
You scared me.
I told you.
You just moved so silently and started
No.
talking.
It's my silent identity.
So they're walking, right?
Will never fall.
Has anybody seen I Am Legend? No.
Yes.
Does anybody love I Am Legend? The way I love it.
I don't know if I've ever even seen it.
Mm.
Was that like a movie?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh. Because I really love what I Am Legend. And then I just saw that there's going to be a new one. Only died in the end of the last one. And I don't like when they like, oh, that was just a dream.
Just kidding.
That was just a rubber Will Smith that died. So I was wondering if anybody had any knowledge about how I know that there's an alternative ending. And they just might recap the ending with the alternative ending. Might be a kind of simple enough solution.
Yeah. Yeah. That's for.
Yeah. I feel hard.
You ignore it. That's true.
Have you ever seen Legends of the Fall?
Yeah, recently.
Yeah, my boss was in that.
Yeah.
He was an extra.
Actually, my friend was just in here the other day, and her sister was in the love scene with Brad Pitt and another lady.
Apparently, according to my boss, allegedly, Brad Pitt is not a nice person.
Is your boss's name Ken?
Cam?
Ken.
Cam.
Cam?
Cam.
Yeah, a lot of people on that set did not like Brad Pitt. It's hard to say though, because like he was just kind of a kid back then, right? Well, how old are you?
Just a kid.
Around that age.
How old are you?
I don't know.
Around his age?
How old was he?
Are you fully formed? Like, do you ever do stupid things still?
I'm not
or-
fully formed.
26, is your frontal lobe developed yet? Or is it still mushy?
Like 13-year-olds' brains are still building.
Until you're 26.
Yeah.
The frontal lobe is not
It's-
fully formed.
And that's the one that makes good decisions.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did I offend you? Because I did not.
No, I just can't remember how old I am.
Okay. But honestly, like, that was not meant to be offensive. I know that.
When you were born?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I was born in 2001.
How old are you?
22!
21.
21?
That's why his frontal lobe is
Oh.
not
I was born in
fully formed.
2001.
I can
Oh,
tell you
it does
at-
not have
at
your birthday yet.
21, I was
Yeah,
not
yeah.
fully
My
formed,
birthday's
but
in
it was
January,
also-
so I always just assume the the year is like how old you are.
When's it April? So it's coming up.
Nice.
That was my goal for this age. Was to not remember my own age.
You succeeded.
I have, yes.
Can you do me a favor? What are you working on?
Honestly, I don't feel good all this time.
Okay. Were you interacting with the people on the
Nope.
live feed? Okay. So it probably won't be a crisis if you just run to the back and turn the speaker off. It's driving me nuts. Speaker driving you nuts?
Nope, but I'll turn it off for you, my love. Oh.
Also, Kelly, can you tell me if there's a sound change on the live feed in the next 10 seconds?
Yeah, I'll do.
Just listen really carefully.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's my bedtime.
Is it off?
It's 8 o'clock.
Those speakers seem to run energy even if they're off. Sorry, Kelly, nothing changed here. I thought it was the speakers that were buzzing. It might just be me.
Okay.
No, there's something buzzing.
I don't hear the phone. That's only because my ears are buzzing.
I worked 12 and a half hours on Monday.
The buzzing could be a light, you know.
It's my head.
I need fresh water.
Screaming to go on paint with
The water? The what?
You talking to me?
No. Oh, that wasn't intentionally. I was gonna water. Thank you. I just like think out loud.
You know what you could do instead of thinking out loud? Just talk to those people on the live feed.
Oh yeah. Hi people.
You didn't have a conversation with them.
Is that
Kevin?
in the background?
Kevin. Kevin's in the background. Can you hear me, Kevin? Blink twice if you can hear me.
Thank you, Sky. Thank you.
Across the barrier.
Area.
Rich is painting on a high quality canvas that he prepared last week
Yeah.
with some wildness, some pre wildness. Or unless you mean an easel. Rich is painting on an easel.
Watching from Pennsylvania. Hello.
Who's in Pennsylvania?
Stefan.
Oh, right. Isn't it funny that I often think that Pennsylvania is where Dracula comes from?
Transylvania.
That's because of Bugs Bunny.
Okay, thank you for that, because that makes me feel way less crazy. But can you tell me why that is?
Because of that skit where he's in Pennsylvania or whatever.
Okay.
But also, it sounds like Transylvania.
Yeah.
Did you already know that part?
My name's Gretel.
Okay.
You didn't watch Bugs Bunny?
Just, I used to.
Right.
I don't watch it anymore.
You should.
It's good for your
I
soul.
don't watch TV anymore.
Ever?
Ever.
What if I buy you some like a card, like a. Okay, you don't watch any like movies or anything?
I watch movies.
You could watch a Bugs Bunny movie.
Don't watch TV.
Mm.
I ask people for recommendations and they recommend me TV shows, and then I say no.
So then it feels more like.
It's too much commitment.
No.
I don't think Bugs Bunny is a huge commitment.
Well, it is because it's like quite an old show, so I'd have to start from the very beginning.
Oh no, it's non-linear.
There's no plot.
There's
still
no-
have to do it.
It's actually very Dada.
I still have to do
in
it.
an episode.
That's cute.
What really mattered to me about Bugs Bunny, and actually figured it out during the Coyote, was that I always thought that the humor was quite sophisticated.
And every time there's bunnies and birds outside, you can see them.
And I was often shocked that they would have the coyote, for instance, falling off a cliff and he'd hold up a sign that said help or Acme something. And my sister would not read me the words because I wasn't old enough to read yet. But I often thought it was strange that it was a cartoon.
Don't look at it. Don't. Full on panics and throws the cup down. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's still okay. But I was just, my sister wouldn't read me the Bugs Bunny, what would you call them? Where the
The little
signs came up?
signs, yeah.
Captions, yeah. And then so I asked my mom like one day, like, why would they even make a cartoon for kids if you have to read stuff? And my mom was explaining that Bugs Bunny was made for adults, and they were the movie shorts that went on before a movie, and that's why they seem like kind of adult humor because they were meant for adults, and then they turned them into after school TV for kids because it was just a cheap way to package all the Warner Brothers.
IP.
What?
IPs.
Yeah.
The more you know. Let me just see if I can find that video now. You reminded me of it, and I need to be able to find it now.
Like the kid?
With a different kid.
How many videos of kids do you have on your phone?
Okay, that's not
It's
what I said.
really horrible.
I didn't see the cat video I sent on something.
I am on my phone like 20% of the time, which is a lot. Less than
That's
that.
a lot.
I'm on my phone very infrequently.
Everybody on CBC this morning was freaking out about TikTok.
Did anyone else get those 7 alerts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the middle of English class.
I did not get those alerts, but I was in a hallway where everybody got them. And I actually felt none. And I was kind of left out. Why am I not worth saving?
You are not going to be. No, it's just you won't be any help if they're
You all
like
have to
look.
run away.
No, like if they're looking for
The entire
someone.
hallway went up, and my phone was like dead silent. And I was like, okay.
And the people in the shop were yelling about it.
I got annoyed at like number 3, and then they just kept coming and coming, and I was like, okay, this is my
It's good
fake
thing they're
now.
testing it. Because it obviously needs some work.
That's what they said. There's a glitch, and this is why we do the test.
If I can't find this video, I'll not cry. I'll be upset. Here's a silly video. It's my fault for sending my friends 1,000 videos and pictures of friends.
How much time do I have to pull off this shitty painting?
You have. It's 8:15.
There's no chance I will pull off this shitty painting.
That's not true. You always pull it.
Don't tell the buyers it's a piece of shit. Let's all pretend we love it. It's my life. Let's just pretend this is good. Rich is on the live feed.
Alex, the eyes are nice.
Thank you. You just wait.
I
You just wait and see what I do with this.
Stefan was funny on the thing. He said, "I want to buy your painting from Pennsylvania."
Mine?
I was like, "Why are there all these bees?" Oh, I have to say it out loud to make it make sense. You're so good. That's funny.
Right, because every like 5-year-old would say, "I want to suck your blood."
Mhm.
But did anybody know where that came from?
Dracula.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Guess what?
Obviously.
Suddenly my painting doesn't suck. You know what it needed? Pink.
Ping.
Blood.
Blood, yeah, thank you.
Transylvania. Think pink.
Look! That's awesome!
What are the chances?
That's perfect. Just the universe is perfect. This place is magic.
Really is.
It really is. Just like sitting watching someone yawning for 2 hours. I'm so sorry.
I had
Yeah, that's
like
not my job.
a matcha energy drink. It did not do anything.
Matcha
I had
feature.
matcha today too. It was delicious.
It was, yeah, it was good, but it was.
Why is she topless? Oh, because I'm doing Olympia.
Why?
Those boobies are nice.
Boobies. Richard,
Right. It's beautiful.
he's flying.
Little flying squirrel.
Oh, it could be, yeah. I was thinking it just like a little dude. Just like. I touched the rain.
Looks like a little sugar glider.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
I can.
There's a cot in the back if you ever really get,
No.
tired. Actually, you don't even really need a cot because Felix's space is all padded. So now there's that. You can just go back.
Yeah, with the mice.
It's not really my space.
No, it's a safe place.
That's
it's
the
just because-
space that's like the boundary for mice.
Feels
Mice
like the
get near there, they
crummiest
start
eater,
killing.
so I have to so we've been cleaning it really good every time he eats. And they're like, "How did you even get all this food everywhere? Did you eat any of it?" Like, you're so cute. There's stuff everywhere. I'm waiting for this paint to dry.
Camille sighing. You would die if you didn't sigh. Yeah. Little,
Anybody know
little
Flash's
wire in your lungs are constantly
secret
collapsing.
identity?
So sighing is-
Anybody here know the secret identity
Barry
of
Allen?
Flash? What?
Barry Allen,
The first Flash?
John Allen,
Sure.
Buck Allen.
This is adjustable.
Cool. That's so cool. I love the flash.
That's really nice. I like the giveaways.
We're just random little giveaways.
I think I bought that for Oliver and he did years ago. And then I thought Felix might grow up and want it, and then he also didn't want it.
Oh.
Stuff is so old.
It is very similar to the one you just got. Let me see the buckle on that belt.
It's a lovely buckle.
It is a lovely buckle.
Don't buckle it in.
Swashbuckler.
Chelsea, you buckle it in.
You can't buckle it in the wrong way.
Later on, it's more complicated, right?
It was twisted.
Buckle.
Buckle it in the wrong way.
You buckle it.
I don't like that word.
Buckle.
Buckle. It's a weird
funny
word.
This
That's
is a cool
stuck in my
belt. Where did you get this?
Crown surplus.
Yeah. I'll do it.
In England?
Oh yeah, please son.
Is it still there?
Maybe
It
it was.
used to be by the motorbike
I got
shop.
that in grade 9.
I think
It's
it's
in,
it's still there.
England.
Yeah.
I did that big 5%.
I haven't been there in. I think the last time I was there was with my dad.
I can tell you there's no incentive for that place to move.
And it just like ripped me to shreds.
Is there any incentive to go there?
If you like surplus stuff, yeah.
Do they have like cool army bands there?
Nothing's changed. It's the exact same place as the last time you went there.
It's
Are
never
the
going to
prices the
change.
same?
I don't know.
Probably.
Comparatively.
They have cool stuff there.
I did a photo shoot there.
I got a gas mask there once.
I don't want to gas mask.
Why not?
Not yet.
Fashion.
Growth mindset.
Maybe you'll need one one day.
No.
You won't be-
Growth mindset.
I'm
Not
the kind of
yet.
person that would fight. Or just lay down.
No, I feel like you're the kind of person that would lead the rebellion.
No, too much work.
Chelsea's like, I'm tired.
First sign of zombies, I'm out. Thank you. It's time for me to go. Oh, it's been swell. Have a fun couple weeks.
Are you actually going?
A couple of
No,
A crowd.
I'm saying if zombies show up, then
Gotcha.
I'm not a fighter. Not willing to struggle that hard to stay alive.
Like life is hard enough to stay alive in.
I can buy my
I'm
groceries
looking
like
forward to the zombie apocalypse as part of my retirement. I will thrive in the apocalypse. And every time I do something nice, now I imagine during the apocalypse, people say, I knew Rich before the shit went down. He used to have a good heart.
But now he's changed.
Yeah, no doubt.
Rich just tearing into people.
I came up with a zombie apocalypse plan survival guide for Robin one night at about 4 in. So she's 27 now. And I had a whole list of like zombie apocalypse plans depending on what kind of zombies they even were, right? And so if they were like the slow moving, Day of the Dead zombies, get up a tree outside of Western and I'll come get you when I can. But if they were like the tree climbing zombies, we had a
Like
different plan.
World War Z zombies?
Yeah, but what I wanted was something modular so that
If this, then this.
yeah, right. So that like you assume you just meet at Granny's house, but if you're like in hiding,
Zombie apocalypse decision tree.
no, that's exactly what it was. And so
100%.
so it
Flow
had to be
chart.
modular. No, there's
Did
no
you
flow
follow
chart.
the flow chart?
It had to be modular. So if you aren't here, then
Keep
the plan
moving.
was
Sorry, get
That's fine.
excited.
the plan was 20 minutes after daybreak because you never really know if it's lunchtime or not, right? And you wouldn't want to be running around at night. But 20 minutes after daybreak, we would meet at this rendezvous point. Now, if that rendezvous point was compromised in any way, then I would burn it down. And therefore, the new rendezvous point would be 100 meters south of whatever the last. And if there's like, a house full of children and I needed to be there, I'm burning it down. Like basically, the plan was if something happened where it wasn't necessarily about zombies, but if something would happen where the world were to go to the end, to create an evolving plan of how we could find each other. And then the question came up, well, what happens if you hit like Glenmore Reservoir or something? And then, so if you hit body of water, the the plan resets until you get to the shore. So if you're like 99 feet to the next rendezvous point and you hit the edge of the river, you swim through the river and then it'd be another 10 feet. So basically just every 20 minutes after sunlight, there'd be an opportunity to reconnect with your family without having to run around the streets going, hey, Robin, not zombies, just Robin. So that was my impetus for the plan. But I remember at that point realizing I used to ride my bike to work and I would need a car. And the first stage of the plan was, if I'm at school when the world ends, I'm gonna have to knock somebody out and take your car keys. That was kind of the. Galen was across the hallway, but he knows kung fu. I probably would have partnered up with him a little bit.
You should get a motorcycle for zombie apocalypses. You can weave through traffic while everyone's in a traffic jam trying to get out.
Except they can bite you when you slow down.
Well, that's why you wear leathers.
Leathers.
I do think that's maybe
Or
one of the
suit
biggest
armor.
problems with zombie folklore or TV shows or any of that stuff. Is like, why isn't everybody wearing like the
A suit
leftover
armor.
body armor from the local football team? You know, like. Because I tried to get Jess to bite through my lever in the elevator the other day, and she couldn't bite through it.
Sure.
Well, even like a medieval suit of armor would be the best.
People trying to get into the elevator. I'm like, it's good leather.
No, I gave you permission. That was consent. I said try and bite through.
No, I know. It was just funny if someone walked
Oh,
in.
when somebody did walk in and you were trying to bite.
Georgia's watching from Arizona. Hey, Georgia, we miss you.
Be awesome if she was watching it from Georgia,
The
actually.
country, not the
Right,
state.
right.
The
Even
real Georgia, not the.
I'm also going to try and stop kicking the camera for those of you at home. I feel like I've kicked it a few times
4G
tonight.
experience.
Like a watch.
That's a good idea.
All this so bent.
Okay.
No, you'll never get rid of that.
So much.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Hi.
Oh, that was the original color. It was green.
Oh, it was green?
Yeah, you can see
I
right
thought it
there.
was just brown.
No. Like I said, I've had it since grade 9.
What?
This belt.
These
Oh,
were
yeah.
green.
It's very old.
Well, you still need it because there's lots of places you can't wear that flash belt.
Yeah, like at work where it will get ruined.
Right.
I love these airplane belt buckles. They're so much fun.
Yeah.
It used to be cars.
I
I
know.
think that's the point.
I have one of these in my car.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're right, though. They still have those buckles on the airplane.
Yeah. Whenever I'm on
Do
an
they have
airplane,
the pull up ones on the airplanes?
they do now. But I
Not the
like,
push in ones.
they do now. But
Yeah,
I
you
like to
pull
play
up
with them.
Yeah.
I like to play with them because it's fun.
I open my seatbelt. I close my seatbelt.
Oh, yeah.
And under
The
noise
plane
people-
crashes.
Like,
I've been in a plane crash.
have you?
WestJet. I kept the letter they sent me as an example of active use of passive voice.
The lighter?
We are under the understanding that an incident may have taken place on an airplane that you might have been on that might have been our airline. It's like, my English teacher would have fired you for this.
A lighter?
Letter?
They sent you a lighter?
Letter.
Oh, not a lighter.
A letter?
I'm not making fun of
lighter.
speech impediments tonight. Yeah, actually, when I use Siri, do you guys have iPhones? When I use Siri to get Siri to work, I have to use my Superman voice. So I'm like, Siri, please call my wife. She'll call the wife. But if I go, Siri, call my wife, it's like, 911 to save your life? I'm like, no!
What was the thing last week that Siri calls you?
Oh,
Karate helmet.
Oh, yeah.
Karate, yes.
What?
I was
Didn't
looking-
you know, Galen?
I was looking for, I was driving, and I asked Siri, look up karate helmet. And Siri goes, thank you. Would you like to be called karate helmet? I'm like, yeah. That's not what it, yeah.
My Siri now, if I ask her something, it's like delayed. So I'll start talking, and then we go with my son, and she'll just go,
What? It's the meanest listener ever. I'm not done yet.
Yeah, me neither. I was see if she
So I got my phone, it asked me to like set up Siri, I was like, no. So now I have this like a weird version of Siri. But something pops up in your face now.
Hey Siri. Nice. She didn't do it today. Typically she goes,
Just so sassy.
Who opened the window? That's from Scooby-Doo Zombie Island. Who opened the window? Okay. Have you seen one of these around, but it's not this one?
There.
You are amazing.
There's another one.
Where's the other one?
Like 3 of them.
Is it black though? Like this?
No. Oh,
This is one
yeah. I thought you meant jar.
The jar. No, it's
What
gray.
color?
That's what I wanted. Is gray.
Just so.
Hey Jeff,
Yeah.
I had to turn some of my notifications on my phone down because I have a pre-recorded message from my friend Tony. So when it goes off, it actually goes,
Zombie sound?
yeah.
Terrifying, Kelly.
Thank
So
you
you
for
just
turning that off.
so you just have zombie sounds on your phone all the time?
Yeah.
Coming!
Incoming!
I haven't gotten anything yet.
It's funny because it's like I'm in the super. If I'm in Safeway and I'm shopping and a notification comes on, everybody looks around.
That's funny. They knew it! They were coming!
Last time I said, "Oh, it's just my stomach,
Not my phone would be.
not my phone. I'm hungry."
That's funny.
Did people feed you?
No, I was fine when I left. I was like, I'll eat later.
It's funny.
But yeah, he recorded it for me. That was the deal. He got a computer. He had to record his voice as The Walking Dead.
That's really funny.
There's some food there.
Hi, how are you? I'm just on the live feed right now. Did you need anything?
I just wondered, are you on that Volkswagen commercial?
Not yet.
It sure looks like you.
Oh, thanks.
That's a compliment.
Yeah.
You got a very pretty wife there, Reg, and I hope you know it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
It's not you, eh?
I'm not on that commercial.
Somebody that
That's
looks,
very kind.
somebody that looks like you.
Very cool. I have to look for
I
it.
had to ask you tonight. I kept on going by here and I said, tonight's the night. I asked.
We
That's very
actually
sweet.
don't have TV,
Yeah.
so
We'll look it up.
we'll look it up.
Have a good night.
Take care. See you.
It's turned enough that low power mode is up. Hello. Hello. There's a friend.
And then
Try to steal my girlfriend.
What are they made out of?
It's canvas and then it's polymer clay and resin.
Did you make a little spider too?
Yes. That's the resin part. So I do 3D printing.
So you printed the coral?
The corals are handmade with polymer clay. And then the spider is the 3D printing. And
What
then
about these guys?
they're just ferns, actually. Or like, not ferns,
okay.
but lichens and stuff.
Yeah.
Moss. Like it's moss, yeah.
Why don't I pull some new brushes?
These are super fun.
Thank you. Ocean. Yeah, that one's better with the blue. Thank you. It took a lot. I like modeled it in the 3D program and printed it, but it had such thin legs. It was incredibly difficult to print. So.
Yeah, no kidding. Did they keep breaking off?
Yeah, they were thinner than the supports that were holding them because you have to have supports to hold the resin as it cures. It actually goes upside down.
Oh, okay.
So it can't hold on to nothing. So you have to lift up something. And because they're so thin, the supports were bigger than the legs.
Did you guys receive the email?
So
Oh,
we got there.
here.
They're very cool.
Thank
I
you.
really enjoyed them.
Thank you. And then
something started that. So.
Okay. This is brilliant. I'll get them posted up.
Oh, they're posted already. So
Oh, are they?
Yes, I did it before I left. So
You're a rock star. Thank
so
you.
I'll head out.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
See
Have
you
a good
soon.
night.
Have a good night.
Bye.
These are so fun.
Oh, fun. Kevin sent his picture.
Oh, that one looks like lava.
Let's see.
No, switch.
Is he painting a llama?
Here.
Oh, the threads are different.
That's amazing. Can you
Nothing.
ask him if I can? Is it on screen?
Nothing.
Oh, it's a spider web.
It's a robot
Yeah,
in a
Oh, that
heart.
looks cool.
I see the spider on that one.
That's
at
really
first.
cool.
Can you
Kevin.
text Kevin and ask him if I can tell my story, or what did he say?
Aw.
Sure, did you
Looks
need
like
an
a
email address?
CD.
Is that what you asked for? Did you get it?
No. Did we get the?
If we got the email
Oh,
Yeah, I sent like an email.
to Rumble House Library,
There should be a set because they're inverse.
they are separate.
Would now be a good time to tell us what's
They're
in the email?
inverse of each other. 'Cause this one's got the blue core.
No, he-
Oh, okay.
he was talking about because we were gonna get together some of the companies that like the set design.
Oh
and-
yeah. We forgot.
Maybe
Sorry
our-
about that.
they're separate, not-
I'm
Well,
just curious
if we got it, I-
received it.
Let's see. I don't. Oh. Nope. Yes. Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And then we have your email too to be able to get back to you. Oh no, that's so cool. Set design stuff you've done.
The diving hat. But with your, maybe on the head and all going or whatever.
Yeah, we got it.
That's the minute.
Do you
Tell me
borrow
what you
that
got.
suit or did you buy
That's
that?
my
Yeah.
suit.
Honey?
The suit,
Yeah.
the hat, the hat is.
Oh.
It's like $40,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah?
a $40,000 hat.
Do you want the ripped up version
It's
or do you
it's
want...
an education that costs
No,
$40,000.
the hat, the actual, this hat,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
not the hat, the.
Do you
hard
want the
hat.
ripped up one or do you want
No,
Is that
I'm not catching from
$40,000?
Sorry, I got distracted. I thought you were saying that the hat was $40,000 because you have to graduate to
Well, that
to
too.
wear it. Did you make that joke one time?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the first thing that I said when I came back.
But
There's a
did you,
$40,000
did the
hat.
was the $40,000 included in the cost of your education?
The hat was included too.
The helmet was not.
So it's not like you had
I
to.
do not own one of these helmets. They're too expensive. The suit I do own, because that's closer to $4,000.
He had to go and spend $40,000 in an education to receive that too.
Mhm.
Was the joke I was receiving.
Oh, okay.
It's
When I
$40,000.
graduated, they gave us this hat,
The toque,
the toque, and it's red.
but that actual helmet you do not own.
More than $30,000. Way more.
Now I understand.
And the toque is red because there used to be caisson workers who worked on bridges and stuff. And they were the first ones to work at pressure. So they would work way down below the water and they'd work in like structures that had actual like
These are so cool.
there's air in there. They weren't underwater,
Okay.
but they were under pressure. So they'd come up and they'd get decompression sickness. And they'd stumble around the streets and stuff and the cops would pick them up and throw them in a drunk tank and they'd die in there. So what they started to do is they gave them red toques so that the cops would know who they were, that they needed to go to the hospital and not the drunk tank.
It's like a medical bracelet.
Yeah, and then that saved a bunch of lives. And then Jacques Cousteau wore a red toque in a nod to them, the caisson workers.
What timeline are we talking about?
1840.
Yeah, and Jacques Cousteau.
Wait, what year?
I don't know. The caisson workers.
I was joking when I said 1840.
You post 19.
I don't know when Jacques Cousteau was active.
Jacques Cousteau around.
Well, 60 developed scuba diving
The
for
Aqualung
so.
Jacques Cousteau.
No, I know nothing about
That was the
history.
Golden Gate Bridge.
No, you know lots of history, just not diving history.
Jacques Cousteau, born 1910.
Wasn't he an explorer though?
His real name was Bert. Did you know that?
No.
I just made that up.
Oh,
You said it with such confidence.
Bert
I
Cousteau?
believed you.
Bert, born in France.
It was pronounced Bear.
That's Jacques Cousteau.
No, I've seen his
You have to-
pictures
you have to
before.
growl the
I'm
R.
just
Bear.
struggling with the timeline of it.
Well, caseman worker worked on like Golden Gate Bridge and stuff.
What else did Jacques Cousteau do?
Curtin.
Why did I think he was an explorer?
He was.
Was he?
He was an explorer, underwater explorer.
It's the adventures of Jacques Cousteau. He had the ship. He was one of the first guys that started going underwater.
No.
Swimming with manta rays and stuff
It's not true. There was surface supply diving at the beginning of
like that. Oh yeah, before that. But I
It was
mean,
like the 1700s. Was the first surface supply diving.
do a lot, so
In the 1700s, they'd have like bellows that would pump air down into the dive.
they used to just go out of the dive bar and swim
Yeah.
back into it.
They kind of had diving belts until recently, though, right?
They still do it.
Right. Is it just for fun, or
No, for what? There's two different kinds of bells. There's a wet bell and a dry bell. Wet bells have like a dome on top of it, and then it's like a cage that gets lowered down, and the dome has like an air pocket. So if something happens, your head can be in the air. And then dry bells are completely enclosed, and they're used in saturation diving. That's really low for in the dry bell. Oh look, these are transit.
So it's got a hatch on it.
Yeah, on the bottom.
I thought it was just pressure.
Oh,
So
Cousteau was a bit of a player.
Yeah. Of course, this is the part check.
Oh, he had babies while he was married with one lady with another lady, and then when she died of cancer, he just popped over there and married her. So they already had 2 kids.
Life was good for Jacques Cousteau.
I'm like, I'm trying to figure out who you are. I really need to know who you are. Yeah, this is so not good.
have you ever seen The Life Aquatic?
By Jacques Cousteau.
No, about Jack
Wes Anderson.
Yeah,
I've heard about it.
that's one of my favorite movies.
Enjoying Wes Anderson greatly. Life Aquatic. Eh?
Yeah.
I will
I
look
have
that
not
up.
seen any Wes Anderson movies.
Oh,
Really? I
Red
find that
Budapest
hard to
Hotel
believe.
is the best movie in the world.
I love The Life Aquatic a lot. It has David Bowie music.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He's a naval officer.
I caught kids in my class today watching Labyrinth when they should have been painting, and I was like, "That's a great film."
That's
So
solid
good.
choice. So,
Please don't let me disturb you. No, but what a great way to use your time.
yeah.
Right? Especially in any How have I not seen this?
You're probably busy that year.
I was. I had a new baby.
Yeah, that happens. You probably saw Dora that year.
And SpongeBob.
Yeah, lots of Blue's Clues.
Aw.
Lots of Blue's Clues.
I was 3 years old when it came out. No, the Life Aquatic.
Are you serious?
I'm gonna go home to bed now.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Take my Metamucil.
I know, right? My little sleepy time tea.
Galen was alive in the late 1900s.
So was I.
Galen might have been alive in the mid 1900s.
Okay, it is 8:45. We are going to. My hair is like. Okay.
Tonight.
We are very
Spend less
grateful for
money.
you spending your time with us so far. We're going to keep putting up pictures for the event on the event page, event 510. Check out all of the images under the discussion. Thank you, Chelsea, for putting those up. And we are going to start a new live feed for the auction at 9 o'clock. So thank you so much. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Dusty, for coming.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you. So find us at 9 o'clock.
We will be fighting.